Hey YouTube, it's your girl Tajha with Tajha Talks and Pretty Plus Nation. Today I want to talk about crack, crackheads, drug addicted people. That's what I want to talk about. And my reason for wanting to talk about it is because I seen the episode of Wendy Williams yesterday or the other day when she was on there and she was telling the world that she was addicted to cocaine, that she smoked crack, and that she did primos. Well, she called them something else, but down here, where I'm from, we call them primos. That's when you join have crack in it and you smoke it. That's what we call primo, but she called it something else. And I was like, this lady is brave. She is really brave, and to come out and tell the world that you smoked crack. I mean, most crackheads don't come out and tell you. I mean, most little crackheads you see chasing the pipe not gonna tell you they smoke crack. You can see them buying the crack. Oh, I didn't buy. Oh, what you looking at? I ain't buy no crack. The crack is in your hand. They not that honest, and you and she didn't have to do that, but she told the world, and that's the first step to when you can admit it and accept it and try to do something about it, then you will get better. But if you don't, then you're gonna have problems. Now it's three kind of crackheads that I know about, because I grew up around a lot of crackheads. I'm related to crackheads. I am friends with crackheads. So I know, okay, you got your crackhead. That's just a crackhead that's chasing the pipe, doing their thing. You got your functional crackhead. That's the one that can hold down a job, take care of home, pay their bills, but still smoke crack. They might smoke it on the weekends. They might smoke it during the week every now and then, but they still smoke crack. Then you got your career crackhead. That's your crackhead that will never get off crack. They will go to rehab multiple times. When they in rehab, they thinking about getting off crack. They thinking about smoking crack. They just want to get out of rehab so they can go chase it. They not even really concerned. When they get out, they're gonna go smoke it. That's just what they're gonna do. And they're gonna do that until the end of time. And I was just thinking when I seen the episode of Wendy, I'm like, crack, crack, crack. Okay. And I remember, I'm old enough to remember kind of when it kind of hit the scene a little bit. I can tell like the demise it took in the neighborhood when you knew people that were like had decent jobs and worked and a family, and all of a sudden the family then moved away. I'm like, Mama, where Tutu? Where Pookie at? They gone. Where they gone? They on that shit. I'm like, on that shit? What does that mean? And so when somebody was addicted to drugs, they would say they own that shit, and it's like, what, So I didn't know what that meant, and I put two and two together, and it was on drugs. I'm good with my context clues as a little kid. So the dad is on crack or the mom on crack. The family then split up. You see him walking down the street pushing a basket or something. And you're like, damn, for real? And it's like, you just didn't understand it. And I remember one time I was sitting out. Well, I wasn't sitting. I was actually hiding, because I used to like to hide and listen to grown folks' conversation. So I heard my daddy talk to the neighbor, asking the neighbor, like, what, man, how you get on crack or how you get addicted? And he was like, man, my son's on it, and I just want to see how they can let their lives spiral out of control. So I tried it. And he like, man, I tell you the truth, it's better than drinking. It's better than smoking weed. Man, it's even better than sex. And I'm like, better than sex. I'm like, oh my god, my ears started burning, and I'm like, oh my god. And he was addicted. Just from that one time, he was addicted to smoking. And I'm like, wow. And then you have the young crackheads, the crackheads that are young enough to know better, to see what it do to everybody in the hood, and still smoking. And I'm like, did the Just Say No movement totally miss your ass or what? Do you remember that? The Just Say No with the no crossed out? It's like, but you gonna smoke anyway. I have friends that have guys that talk to guys that are addicted. I'm in love with a crackhead. It's like, seriously, Tom, you got to hide your money in your drawers so he don't take it and go run off. It's like, for real, that's what you gonna be. And I'm like, oh my god. And you just think about all this stuff, and it's like, nah, I'm good. If I can't pour it into a bottle and drink it, I don't want it. I'm good. I'm good on that. So I was just thinking about all this and all, when I seen it, when I seen Wendy Williams, and she's so successful, she has her own show, she had her own radio show, and if she can tell the world that that she was once addicted and she beat the addiction, then the ones that are still addicted and want to beat it, that is hope. You can do it if you want to do it. It's gonna be tough to fight them demons, but you can do it. So that was just something I was just thinking about, y'all. I know it's just like what, but I was just thinking about crackheads. I'm sorry. Anyway, it's been Tajha with Tajha Talks. It's not great, but it's good. Later.